you all know that this is not going to be a normal just say the city address. It never has been, never will be, as long as I can help it. So today, I need your help. We're going to play a little fun today. You all are going to all participate at your table. And here's what you're going to do. Each table today is going to represent a city. Your city is going to elect a mayor and a city council representatives from each table. So each table will have one mayor, and the rest of you all are city council representatives. You're going to make decisions today for the city of Longview like we have to do every week, every day that we're up as city council mayors in Longview. So while you're eating, real quickly, elect a mayor, follow the instructions on the card, and the city staff will be around to pick up your cards in just a second, and we'll start our little fun time. So enjoy yourselves. Let's get going. It's a pleasure to be here for my seventh time, I believe. This is the seventh time we've done this. And as you all know, each year we try to make it a little bit different, something fun, something exciting. So today, as you've seen, you've all gone through the process of electing a mayor, and you have city council representatives for your city. Each group has different questions. So there are 6 questions, and the room is divided up into 6 different regions. You all just didn't know that. So every group has different questions. I'm going to go through these questions, and we're going to just kind of discuss them and just see what you all think and how you all process the same information that we get and that we have to process on a daily basis. And so hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. We'll learn something, hopefully. And if not, well, you're stuck with me anyway for another year and a half. So that's the way it goes. Okay, so let's start off with question number 1. Okay, tables that had question number 1, please raise your hand. Okay, there are your tables. Will the mayor of each table please stand up? Okay, excellent. Because see, y'all are going to get to remain standing while I read the question and read your answers so people can throw darts at you all like they do at me all the time, not hit anybody else, okay? So this way they can criticize you for making a horrible decision that you made here, and can't believe you'd think that through this process. So what were you thinking when you answered the question that way? Seriously? Y'all can sit down. Okay, our first question. What do you want? And these are all questions that are brought to us all the time in the city of Longview. We get questions like this, numerous other ones, but we thought these were some really pertinent questions that might be beneficial. Let's just talk about them. What do you want Longview to be known for, our community? Do you want to be known for a retirement community, a place for single adults and young families with entertainment and nightlife, a regional hub for industry and manufacturing jobs, regional hub for arts and culture, a regional hub for parks, green space, trails, and recreation? So those are kind of the choices we go through on a daily basis. So every single one of you all except one want us to be a regional hub for industry and manufacturing jobs. One of you wanted us to be a place for single adults and young families with entertainment and nightlife. Okay, those are excellent choices. You know what my choice is as your current mayor? I want all of them. And I know so do you. You all can sit down. I know you all want all of them too, because that's what makes Longview a unique place to live and a place for growth and development. We want to be a regional hub. We want to be all those things. But I can tell you this, and you're going to get to hear a lot of my opinions today, which mostly I don't usually say because y'all didn't really elect me for my opinion. You elected me to do the will of what you all want me to do. But you're going to get to hear kind of my opinion on these things today, just so you know where my thought process is, okay? See, I don't have to get elected again, so I can tell you my opinion if I want to now. I'm good with that. So, when I was elected, my main goal was to make Longview a place where young people wanted to come back and bring their families and grow and raise their children. That was my goal. Because I had seen a trend where our young people were leaving high school, going off to college, getting their education, and never coming home again. And that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them coming home, raising their families, building businesses, having jobs to go to, and having a place to grow and develop. And so that's what my focus has been for the last 7 years. And I think you can see some of the results of that focus. You'll see on the screens what we're showing. You know, we have amazing complexes here for athletics. We have amazing complexes for industry. We have it all. But we have to focus somewhere. Otherwise, you just shotgun it. And if you shotgun it, nothing really gets done. It just kind of gets sprinkled on. So my focus has been to bring young people home. And Kelly was telling me earlier before the meeting started that our demographics have finally changed. We were at a median age of 33 point something. We had gone up into the 40s, and now we're back into the 35s again. We're coming back down, which is what I want to see, because the future, I'm old as some of you all are, the future is with the youth of America. We want the youth to have a place to come home and call this Longview as their home. So that's kind of what I've been thinking for the last 7 years, and I hope you all understand that thought process. But everything on here is important. We need to do every single one of them. So thank you all for your responses, all great responses. Okay, number 2. Who had the development question? Which tables had question number 2? Excellent. Okay, I'm going to kind of slide over here so I can look at y'all. Mayors, stand up. That's a good-looking bunch of mayors right there. Are y'all scared right now? You should be. Okay. Where should the city focus investment on development? West, Central US 80, South I-20, or North Spring Hill? Well, every one of y'all said a different answer. Central, South, North, Spring Hill. Everybody wants something different. You know why? Because we all live in different areas of the community. So we all want our area of town to be where it's happening, right? I mean, that's just the normal response. But you realize how these things work, okay? Just like you all have a table of, say, 7 or 8, we have one mayor who's at large, who represents the entire city. The rest of the council people represent a district. Each council person represents a district in Longview, and there's 6 districts. So each district has representatives that's pulling from our pie that we get to split every year to their district because they want what's best for that district. So, of course, we want to see development in all aspects of Longview, but you have to understand this. We don't get to choose where development takes place. You all realize that, right? It's not our choice to say, we want you to go over here. It's our job to say, if you want to go over here, we're going to make it easy for you to do that. That's what our job is. It's not to point you where you belong. It's to make it easy for you, you've decided upon. So people tell me all the time, why don't you put a so-and-so, so-and-so in our neighborhood? I said, I would love to put 3 of them over there, but it's not my choice. I don't get to choose that. I just have to make it, we have to facilitate people who want to come here and give them an easy route to make that happen. Make sense? Okay, good job, everybody. Thank you so much. This is going to be a fun one. Who got the school question? Raise your hands. I hope none of the school districts are in this one. All the mayors stand up. Okay, now y'all relax. I'm not changing anything right now. Not today anyway. It may happen soon, but not today. Okay, here's our next question. What do you think about consolidating school services or districts in the city of Longview? And you can see all of the choices up there. Districts should operate independently, look for ways to share services. Some form of consolidation is warranted. Consolidation should be beneficial to city and school and should be supported by city council. Okay, well, everyone answered that question, and I got some things on there that weren't on the question. Y'all can't say that kind of stuff to me on the computer, okay? That's not being very kind. Okay, so some form of consolidation. Well, you can see the breakdown right there. Cooperate but independent, total independence, consolidation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so why would I ask that question? Because you get asked that question. I get asked that question all the time. Why do we have 4 school districts in Longview and 4 independent everythings, okay? Well, it's really not a city council question. That's a school and a city of Longview question that doesn't really have much bearing on the city council, but we get asked that all the time. But here's some things to think about. You know, Tyler has 2 independent high schools, 1 school district, okay? So what's the benefit of that? Well, saving taxpayers money. Who likes to save money? You can raise your hand on that. Oh, none of y'all like to save money, then why are y'all complaining about our budget? Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, do you realize if you had 1 school district, do you realize the $74 million tax base would be spread out amongst the whole city, not just 1 school district. You realize that, right? Which means every adult saves tax money that way. Every adult, every taxpayer in Longview saves tax money. Student services could be consolidated, transportation, business office, food service, things where group savings could occur greatly if you consolidated to some form. But understand, even if you decided on things like this, you would never have just one school. You would have the same independent schools functioning independently of each other, just with some redundancies being taken away. You could still have your same football, UIL, band, everything would be independent. Same stadium, same everything, but certain things would be consolidated, which could be beneficial to the city of Longview. So it's something to think, it's food for thought, and it's something we will continue to discuss because it's brought up to me very, very frequently, and I think this is something we should never close your eyes to an opportunity because the opportunity can then pass you. So we'll continue to look into this. Thank you all for your response. Very good. Thank you all. Okay, who had the I-20 question? I-20 question? Here we go, raise your hands in the middle here. All the mayors stand up. This is a fun one for me now. Okay, good job. Hey, Uncle, really? That's your answer? For real? No, I like it, man. It's good. Okay, here's the question. What development would you most like to see along I-20? An amphitheater, a water park, corporate offices, business parks, additional manufacturing, industrial facilities, or large mixed-use retail and restaurant development? We had great answers to this, pretty much as you can see here. Gee, where are you going to decide on that one, gang? Huh? What if your city council have to decide that one? You make a lot of friends that way. Okay, let me tell you where I stand on this one, because this is an important one to me. My stance on this is very simple. I would like to see everything develop, of course. But I've been saying for 7 years we need to redevelop South Longview. And until we do that, we are not moving forward in the right direction. The only way to redevelop South Longview is to have some kind of a lightning strike that increases ability of people to come into South Longview and develop. To me, an amphitheater-like project is an amazing opportunity for Longview. We have that opportunity before us. We have not been able to complete it yet. We've tried to do something like this for years. We've never had the money or the resources. We finally do have that. We have a company that's willing to spend the bulk of the money to build it. We own it. We don't have to spend one dime to operate it or maintain it. Not one dime. Remember what I'm saying, gang? Not one dime do we have to spend to operate or maintain. You know how much we spend on Mod Cobb to operate and maintain a year? Over $1 million a year we spend to operate and maintain Mod Cobb. We could have a $30-something million amphitheater and not have to spend one dime on maintenance and operation. But here's what the amphitheater does on I-20. It's what I call a lightning strike. What does a lightning strike do? It makes things explode. Let's just talk about Rogers, Arkansas, where there's an amphitheater with about the same population of us, same size. Rogers, Arkansas opened theirs in 2014. Immediately after their opening, guess what shows up right next to the amphitheater? Who likes Top Golf? Nobody likes Top Golf. That's amazing. Because y'all hit me every day. When can we get a Top Golf? Top Golf opens up right next to the amphitheater. Then retail, then restaurant, then multifamily. Every space is occupied because of this lightning strike of the amphitheater. Their sales tax revenue has gone up $1 million per month, the months of May through October when the amphitheater's open because of the amphitheater. $1 million a month. It averages over $2 million a month the months of May through October. Who would not like extra sales tax revenue in Longview? Who wouldn't want other things to come to Longview and join in a retail, restaurant, outdoor entertainment venue for our community? I know I would. They book 40 concerts a year from May to October. They had to do a $22 million renovation to upgrade their amphitheater after 5 years because of the rising demand. I'm not saying it's what's perfect for Longview, but I'm saying, why not us? Why would we not want something on our interstate that captures the thousands and thousands of cars that come through Interstate 20 every day, have no reason to pull off in Longview? Why couldn't we give them a reason to pull off in Longview? And someone's willing to foot the bill for us, the majority of the bill. We have to put some money in, but it's not a lot compared to, let me ask y'all a question. Who likes Lear Park? Anybody like Lear Park? You know how much Lear Park cost us? Anybody know? $12.6 million. We did a bond election. I pushed Lear Park. People told me I was crazy, that I had no idea what I was doing. I was spending taxpayer dollars unwisely. Lear Park has paid for itself every single year over since the day it was opened. A $12 million investment has brought us more than $12 million every single year since the day it opened. It's not a bad investment. Who would not want to see another Lear Park? Amphitheater would be about the same investment capital-wise for the city of Longview to have an amphitheater in Longview as we have Lear Park. Guess who doesn't have an amphitheater? Tyler. Excuse me. Sorry, I choked there for a second. Okay. So I'm just saying, let's keep an open mind when we talk about things like this, because if we close our mind to opportunities, we will never progress. If we are afraid to spend money to grow, we will never progress. That's just the way of the world. There's nothing in life that's free. There's nothing that you can do and invest in without spending something to get something in return. Big returns require big investment. So think about it. Don't be closed-minded. Think about the opportunity it would have for the entire south of Longview and retail and everything on I-20 and all the way into Longview, all the way through Laterno, through South Longview. It's our best place to redevelop in our community. So, okay, that's my soapbox on that one. I enjoyed that one. Thank y'all. Appreciate you, mayors. Great job. Okay, who had the annexation question? Raise your hands. Okay, mayors, stand up. Stand up, mayors. If you're a mayor at the table, stand up. Oh, look here. We have another Mayor Mack. What do you know? Okay. If the city was looking to grow, where should it focus its attention? Eastman Road, George Ritchie, I-20, US 80. Don't annex at all. Only focus on redevelopment. Okay, great answers here. Look at our pie chart. Most everybody said northeast. Okay. Man, would I love to go northeast. No place to go northeast. You know why? There's an entity called Tron Water Supply that blocks our development to the north. They have the water rights to all the development outside of our city limits to the north, which is a roadblock to us developing in that direction. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality, and it's a sad reality, because that's a great place to go, but we don't have the ability to negotiate with them for the water rights. Without the water rights, we can't control it. We can't have sewer, water, all those things. So that's just, it's not a real option for us, unfortunately. So where are other options? We have a lot of options, but we don't have just a ton of land. You know, we have a finite city boundary, and once we're to that boundary, then we have to look at annexation. So annexation is an ugly word nobody wants to talk about, but annexation is part of growth. If you're afraid to annex, then you don't want to grow when you've reached your limits. We do have areas we can still grow and develop, especially to the south. But going north and going east, in the west we're already at the border of White Oak. We're not really a place we can go. We can do some northwest, but not a lot. So, you know, it's easy to say, gosh, I want to develop over here. Well, give us the land to do it, and we'll be happy to develop it, have somebody come in and get it, but we don't have that. So we have to develop where we can, and where we can is limited in certain areas because of things that we just mentioned. So don't always think that we don't want to do things, but there are reasons sometimes why we can't. So there you have it. Okay, thank you, mayors. Okay, last question of this group. Mayor, stand up over here. Here we go. Come on, stand up. Stand up. All right, Mayor Lindsay, Mayor Cluxton. Good. Oh, look at these mayors. Good. Okay, here's our last question. What kind of economic development projects should the city prioritize? Expansion and growth of industry, moderate-sized projects, large manufacturing, high-tech jobs, type B economic development, recruitment of restaurants, hotels, and grocery stores. This is really one of my favorite questions for one reason. I got to read the answers. Yeah, someone did go for that. I like it. That's good. Okay, pie chart. It doesn't show the one group that said recruitment of restaurants, hotels, and grocery stores, because there's no more better thing asked of us on if it's not daily, it's weekly. We want an HEB, okay? Guess what? We don't get to choose when HEB comes. It's not what we do. We want HEB too. Lord have mercy. Here's the second one. We want a PF Chang's. Me too. But guess what? We don't meet their demographics. I'm sorry. But boy, would we like to have that stuff. But please understand, that is not what your city council does. We do not get to go to HEB and says, hey, we got a spot for y'all coming in, let's open it up. That's not what we can do. But if HEB came to us and said, hey, we want to open up a store, we go, man, we'd love to have you here. Where do you want to go? Let's talk about it. Let's get Longview Economic Development involved. Let's see what we can do. That's how it works. We don't get to just say, call HEB. HEB, we got an open spot. Come on, jump on in here. We're ready. There's certain demographics you have to meet for certain industries and certain hotels, motels, restaurants, activities. I tried to get Jerry Jones to move the Cowboys here, but he said they had too many other options. So, you know, there are limitations of what we can get because of our size. But what we can get, we should get. That's my goal. If we can get it, I want it. And if we have the opportunity to get it, I want to bring it here, whatever it takes. That's how I look at this situation. That's how I looked at it for 7 years, because I want to see Longview continue to grow at a rate we've grown the last few years, because it's what we need to be doing. So back to the question. Every one of these are also, I mean, obviously every answer we put up there are good answers. But Ledco, you all understand, Wayne Mansfield here, wonderful team. Ledco's primary job is recruitment of primary jobs. You realize that, right? That is their primary focus, to bring jobs to Longview, to utilize the money that we give them to bring jobs to Longview, to make Longview grow and be a better place. Whatever kind of jobs, manufacturing, industrial, doesn't matter. We just want the jobs. And Ledco does an amazing job at doing that. Their board and Wayne have just been phenomenal over the last few years. Let me ask you a question. Name another city in Texas, anywhere, that got a Dollar General in the Gap in 2 years. Name one city that did that. There isn't one. That's phenomenal economic developing. It's amazing. And they're still rolling. We have people from Spain here today. Look here, stand up, guys. These people are from Spain. They just developed into Longview. Check this out, okay? Who recruits in Spain? Wayne Mansfield does. That's why. So all of these things are good. We want every job we can get, but they have to focus on primary jobs. We do have the ability to do some Project B funding, where we can do the things like the trails and help with George Ritchie and things that make Longview enhance from a quality of life situation. And Ledco does a phenomenal job of allowing us money out of their budget to do these things. Because who does not like the new trail system? I know we don't like the process of building it. Nobody likes that. But who's going to like the new trail system, okay? 10 miles of continuous trail in Longview, Texas. That doesn't happen anywhere else either. That's an amazing thing, and you can see the development going on up all along that trail, even as it's being developed right now. So all of these things, all of these areas that we can develop, we want to develop. But we do have to prioritize, and that's where Wayne and his team come in, and they do such a great job. So that's how it works. But we don't get to choose the restaurants, gang. We don't get to choose the hotels that come here. That's just not what we do. But we make it as easy as we can once they've made that decision to come here, and that's our job. So thank you all. Thank you all for participating in my little survey today. How many of y'all enjoyed that? Okay. Even better. How many of y'all are going to start running for city council for mayor? Go ahead and raise your hands. Don't be bashful. This job is awesome. The pay is phenomenal. The friends you make, the things you get to do, travel, leisure, it's unbelievable. Not here anyway. But what I wanted you to do by doing this was just to see kind of what it's like to sit in these positions and have to make decisions for the future of Longview. Because the future is way, way ahead of us. And if we're only looking at the now, we're already way behind. And I don't look at the now. I look at what we can do in the future. And I want us to continue to grow, because I think we're on such a phenomenal path right now where we are, what we're able to accomplish. We have so many things going on that we can't even tell you all about. But even some of these tables sitting here today have incredible things that are going on in their midst that we can't talk about yet, but hope we're talking about very soon, that are just great for Longview. It's just great for Longview. We have new things coming every month when we have city council meetings. Planning and zoning is overrun with things that are wanting to be done here because we're growing. And when we grow, we flourish. When we flourish, we all are happier. When we're all happier, we all get along better. When we all get along better, y'all don't get mad at me as much. You don't send me threatening letters and things. And those are nice. So I just want you to understand, as a council, as your mayor, we put the needs of Longview first at all times. There's nothing personal about what we do. There is no benefit to what we do from being in these positions. There is none. But I appreciate every council member that sits there and does their job on a daily basis, takes care of their district. They pull, they fight, they claw for their piece of that pie. And that's what you want. You want your representative representing you every single day in this business. And that's what they do. And we have a phenomenal city staff that helps us with this. This is just a wonderful city to live in. It's a privilege to be your mayor. I've had so much fun doing these things and being part of this for the last 7 years. And I look forward to my next year and a half. And then I'm done. And I'll be sad about that. A little bit. Little bit. Very little bit. But it has been a blast. Thanks for being part of what I call One Longview, because that's what we are. We are One Longview. Thank you all very much.